Hello and welcome to Star Wars Obsessed. I was able to get these retro collection Star Wars action figures. I'm so excited about this. I know I already have them. I have the original vintage versions, but for some reason, just these coming out, I had to have them. I was actually going to pass because I thought, again, I already have these. I have multiple versions of Chewbacca, the vintage Chewbacca, and Darth Vader, and Luke Skywalker, but I had to have these. I guess it's just me being obsessed and with collecting Star Wars things, and this was something that I needed to collect. I won't be taking these out of the package because since I already have the original vintage figures loose, I'm going to just keep these in the package, maybe display them with a star case. And I love how they look. My only issue is this thing right here. I really don't like the way it's in the picture. I would prefer that if they wanted to make it look, if they wanted to say it's a retro collection, like make the sticker smaller and then put it up over here or something, you know, out of the way, but not in the picture. This really spoils the picture. But, you know, I'm going to give you a closer look of these retro action figures. Well, here they are. They look fantastic. I love it. Unfortunately, back in the day, I wasn't able to start collecting Star Wars action figures when they had the Star Wars card back. So I mostly started with The Empire Strikes Back. So I'm very happy to have the card backs with the actual Star Wars logo on it. I'm okay with these having the worn look. I'm okay with that. But I still have a problem with this retro sticker. I think it's just very invasive and just right there in the way in the picture, and I really wish they hadn't done that. And on the back, I also wish that they would have replicated the original card back. That would have looked really cool. And maybe just put on there, not available in stores, something like that. At least they reprinted the original art that was on the first card backs. It's very cool. And it says, the Star Wars Retro Collection is inspired by 1970s Star Wars figures and features original figure design and detailing. Continue your collection from the galaxy far, far away. Each sold separately, subject to availability. Yeah, I remember back in the day they wouldn't include that subject to availability because they were so mass produced and there were so many in the stores you didn't have to worry about it. But I like these a lot. So here's Chewbacca. Here's Han Solo. Actually, I wish they'd gone with the small head Han Solo. Here's Princess Leia. Here's Luke Skywalker. Here's a Stormtrooper. And here's Darth Vader. So Gary had to do his magic to get these for me. So hopefully sometime later when these are on the shelf, I'll just grab an extra one or two and take them off the card and compare them to the original vintage figures. But right now, I'm keeping them on card. The Retro Collection is not the first time that Hasbro re-released vintage figures. In 1995, Hasbro released this Power of the Force Classic Edition 4-pack with Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, Han Solo, and Chewbacca. These are, what does it say? Cast from the original figures. Just like the figures from the Retro Collection. And they have all the accessories with them, and they look pretty much exactly the same. Although this one actually is the small head Han Solo. Very interesting. On the back, it shows the oversized action figures. And then it says here, special limited edition. To commemorate the rich history of the Star Wars film series, Kenner presents his classic edition 4-pack in a strictly limited release. 4 of the most popular characters have been produced from molds cast directly from the original Kenner action figures dating to the late 70s and early 1980s. This special edition comes as a new era for Star Wars toys is proudly unveiled. Look for all the new line of Kenner action figures and vehicles that capture all the detail, authenticity, and excitement of the epic Star Wars tradition. I just thought it was an interesting choice that in the 90s they chose a small head Han Solo, whereas in the retro collection they chose a big head Han Solo. But once again, this was not the only time that Hasbro re-released a vintage figure. They, in 2010, re-released Boba Fett on the original style card back. And this is a Boba Fett, the rocket firing Boba Fett. Put this down. Not exactly the rocket firing Boba Fett that was originally going to be released in the original figure, but something similar to it. As we can see here, a very long rocket. But other than that, the actual style of this Boba Fett is exactly like the original vintage Boba Fett. On the back, of course, it's very different. It is the vintage collection, but this came out in 2010. So, with the retro collection, it is not the first time that Hasbro has re-released vintage Star Wars action figures. Well, that was a nice close-up look of the retro collection. I had also gotten the retro collection version of Grand Moff Tarkin. This one has a sticker as well. I'm going to use this one since I have a second Grand Moff Tarkin retro collection figure and I'm keeping it on card. I'm going to attempt to remove this sticker, and if I can remove this sticker easily, I'm going to go ahead and remove them from these because I really don't like how they look. This is what I'm going to try and do. Let's see if I can just carefully peel the sticker off without tearing the card back. Let's see. See, the sticker is tearing, and I also don't want to make marks on the card as I'm pulling it up. Wondering if I use lighter fluid on this, if it would work and not stain the card. Let's try it. Whoa, look at that. Let's see if I can get some of this sticky residue off. Alright, well, it's done. I got as much as of the residue off as I could. Unfortunately, the sticky residue, I think, picked up a little bit of the print on this card, or I may have rub too much, one or the other. So I got to be careful not to do that on the other ones, because I'd like to try this again on the other figures, because I think that looks so much better without the retro sticker. One of the things that seems to be different with this line and the original card back, this just seems a bit flimsier. When I compare it to an original card back from the 80s, well, it seems a bit stiffer. It doesn't bend as easily. Well, I can't really show it here, but these do look kind of a little bit thicker than the card back on this one. So that could be it, that these might be just a tad bit thicker, and so a little sturdier, because it feels so light and thin. So that's the retro collection, including Grand Moff Tarkin, without the sticker. I'm gonna try, after what happened right there, I'm gonna think about, I don't know. I want to take the sticker off, but I also don't want to mess up the card back, because I don't have a lot of these card backs from the original. But it looks fantastic without the sticker. What do you think of these retro stickers? Do you think they're okay, or should they be removed like that? Let me know in the comments below. I read and respond to every comment. Hey, thanks for watching Star Wars Obsessed. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up and click subscribe. Also, click on that bell icon to be alerted to new videos. You can also check out more of my collection at the Star Wars Obsessed blog.